Hello, 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 hello. And welcome to this little exercise, this little experiment. I'm not sure how many people are going to find this, but I see there are, if I believe the numbers, there are a few people in the room. So, welcome. Oh, I've got some noise happening here. Let me fix that. There we go. Let's fix that. Ah, hello. Yes, yes, yes. Hi, hi, hi. I haven't advertised this little event. In fact, I only thought about it just a little while ago. So it's an experiment, really. But just to set the scene, if you've been following my channel, you'll know that I've got hundreds of coaching and play-along videos. And I normally just sit down in front of a camera like this and record it. And then I go back and I maybe edit it a little bit, fix up any little issues or problems with it, and publish it to YouTube. And it just sort of goes up and I go on about my rest of my day. But I had this funny thought that we could still do that because I was planning to do it anyway, but I might as well record it. So this is all being recorded now on my little computer. But we might as well wrap it into a live session at the same time. No real additional effort on my part. And that way, we can share it live together and we can have a bit of a chat, Q&A. I can see there's some, we've got the chat thing happening there. And Buffalo, hello. And I know there are a few others in the room. If you're not logged in to YouTube, then you won't be able to chat. But if you have signed in, then you can chat. So I'd love to hear who's in the room and where you're from. And then after we've done the little coaching and play along, we can hang about for a little bit if there's anybody in the room with any questions, and we can do maybe a bit of a deeper dive or a drill down on the song. And if this all works out well, we might make it a bit more of a regular thing, and I'll actually advertise it. I haven't done any publicity for this at all, given that I only thought about it maybe a couple of hours ago. So for this particular song, I sometimes ramble through my big list of songs, and I look for a song that I personally like. And this particular song, My Sweet Lord by John Lennon, is just one of the ones that's part of my life, and I really do enjoy the song. It has one or two minor little challenges from the ukulele playing perspective, which we will have a look at when we get into it. So I'm not sure if there's anybody that's got any questions or comments about any of this or what we're planning to do with it. Oh, yeah, there's a few more in the room. Good to see you. You must have just sort of fallen across this. You must have logged into YouTube and maybe it popped up with a notification or something. I'm not quite sure how all this YouTube stuff works. But if you subscribed, I'm guessing some of you might have had a notification that popped up that said we were going live. So this is just a bit of a relaxed chat, as you can tell. No particular rush. In a minute, we'll bring up the song and we'll explore it together. And then we'll actually have a go at playing it. And given that it's a coaching and play-along video, normally I sometimes go back and fix any issues if there are any, but we're doing it live now. So whatever we do, whatever fluff-ups I make, is going to be recorded for posterity. So apologies ahead of time. So when this video is finished, I'll actually cut out the little bit which is actually the coaching and play-along video bit. I'll take that out and I'll put it up as a separate normal coaching and play along video without any of this chat or indeed the Q&A after if there is any. Oh, Mandy. Hello, Mandy. Great to see you alive in Australia. Yep, Ukes Alive in Australia. Where are you, Mandy? Let us know where you are. The other thing too is a lot of the folks that do subscribe to the channel are from either the UK or the USA, and a handful of folks from Germany and places like that. So the timing probably doesn't work very well, but you can always watch this in catch-up. People know that. You click the same link and you get it in catch-up. So I don't know, maybe we should just bring up the song. The other thing I'm doing with this song today is I have recorded a few other little bits and pieces, some harmonies and things, bit of percussion, which I'm going to attempt to play along with, hence why I've got these headphones on so I can hear that. Just to add a little bit of the character to the song. Like there's a little bit of, one thaggy, good on you. There's a slide guitar or a slide sitar or something. I think it's a slide guitar. So I've actually brought that in just to give it a bit of the characteristic feel of the song. And then about a third of the way through, we have some percussion that comes in, gives us a bit more of a drive. And that's as per the original recording. So the song, My Sweet Lord, I'm just going to read a little bit from my AI assistant that I asked it to give me a bit of history about this song. So I'll just read it to you. So sit back and enjoy. My Sweet Lord was written by George Harrison. Sorry, did I say John Lennon before? George Harrison. And released in 1970 on his landmark triple album, All Things Must Pass. It became Harrison's first solo #1 hit after the breakup of the Beatles, and is a heartfelt spiritual song that blends Christian and Hindu expressions of faith, moving from Alleluia into the Sanskrit mantra Hare Krishna. With its uplifting melody and soaring chorus, it remains one of the most beloved songs of the post-Beatles era. A quirky fact, the song became the centre of one of music's most famous copyright cases, when a court ruled that Harrison had subconsciously borrowed elements from the Chiffons' 1963 hit He's So Fine. So if you play them back to back, you'll hear a bit about that similarity. Harrison always maintained the similarity was unintentional, making it one of the strangest and most talked about legal battles in pop music history. That intrigued me, so I asked my little AI friend what was the outcome of the court case. And it said, the outcome was quite unusual and is still discussed in music law courses today. When George Harrison released My Sweet Lord in 1970, the publishers of the Chiffons' 1963 hit He's So Fine sued, claiming the melody was too similar. What did the court decide? Well, in 1976, the judge ruled that Harrison had not deliberately copied the earlier song, but had committed subconscious plagiarism. The judge famously said, in effect, Harrison probably had He's So Fine somewhere in his memory and unintentionally reproduced parts of it when writing My Sweet Lord. I think that's true. I think anybody that writes songs, they haven't suddenly come out of a cracked egg, have they? They've had a life of experience listening to music. So when a songwriter sits down to write a song, naturally some of the influences that they've had in their life are going to sneak through, intentionally or not. So the court accepted that Harrison was honest, but he still lost the case because copyright infringement does not require intentional copying. It can be unintentional. The financial outcome, the case dragged on for years. Initially, Harrison was ordered to pay damages based on profits from the song. After a long series of legal twists, the final settlement was around US $587,000, so about $500,000, much less than originally sought. An even stranger twist was that Harrison's former business manager purchased the rights to He's So Fine and then tried to profit from the lawsuit against Harrison. There's a weirdie. The judge was unimpressed and eventually prevented him from making a windfall from the situation. And what did Harrison think? Well, Harrison remained philosophical about it, and he said the similarity was unintentional and noted that many pop songs use similar chord sequences and melodic patterns, and that's true. If you compare the songs, the issue wasn't the famous Alleluia Hare Krishna chorus, it was mainly the melody in the verse. My sweet Lord, my Lord, he's so fine, wish he were mine. Okay, so they're the sections of the song that they're claiming sound similar. When played side by side, the melodic shape is undeniably similar, which is why the judge ruled against him. The lawsuit became so famous that Harrison later poked fun at the whole affair in his 1976 song, This Song, which included lyrics about getting sued and dealing with lawyers. The song was literally written as a musical joke about the court case that had consumed several years of his life. Many Beatles fans still regard My Sweet Lord as one of the greatest post-Beatles songs ever written, despite the legal controversy. And I would agree with that. So there you go. Bit of a prattle, a bit of a chat. We've got some more in the room. Welcome, welcome. If you want to catch up on the earlier stuff, you can watch it in catch up. Okay, so I think we should probably bring the song up and we'll start to move into the coaching and play along section, which, as I said, I'm going to take out and put up as a standalone section. So I'll give it a little mini introduction all of its own. And we should probably do that about now. Okay. Hey all, we've got another coaching and play along song for My Sweet Lord. Okay, so let's bring it up, have a little look at it. There it is, My Sweet Lord. The original was written or played in E by George Harrison, but we've transposed it up 3 semitones to G to make it a little bit easier to play on the ukulele. Okay, so the structure of the song, we've got the first line there, the A minor D, and we do that 2 times. So that means we do that first line, if you like, A minor D, and again, A minor D, A minor D. Then we get into the second and third lines of the intro, and then the singing begins. And the bits in brackets are the harmonies that you'll hear on the original recording. So that's your bit, okay? If you're going to play along with me, you've got some harmonies to sing. But I have added some harmonies in the little backing track that I've put together for this song. So we need to investigate a couple of those chords because they're a bit unusual, not necessarily difficult, but we're not used to going to them. So the first one there is the C sharp diminished. If you look at it, it's a G7 shape, but down on the 3rd fret. So you imagine you're going for a G7, that little upward pointing triangle, but slide it down so that your index finger, if I come over here, your index finger is on fret 3. That's where it begins, okay? And then the other 2 go either side. So that's your C sharp diminished. Okay? And after that, we go to a B minor. So the way I do it, the B minor, is I drop down and bar the third fret there. In fact, I don't normally just use 1 finger. I actually end up using 2. And I don't play that 4th string because if you play the normal B minor, the 4th string is the same as string 1 anyway, so we're not missing anything. And I tend to just mute it with my thumb. So when I go for that B minor, the way I do it is I go for strings 1, 2, 3 like that, and my thumb comes over the top and just mutes that string 4, so it becomes more of just a percussive sound. Or you can just hit the 3 strings at the bottom, or you can play the normal B minor, which is bar the whole 2nd fret and ring finger over the top onto string 4, fret 4. But if you do that, if you listen to string 4 now and string 1, they're the same. So, go figure. Anyway, you can do that whichever way you like, but I guess the main trick is getting down to that C sharp diminished. So you may need to have a look at your fretboard there if you're not actually familiar with dropping down to that 3rd fret. Most of the chords we do are up around the top of the neck, so it's not all that often that we end up going down here, at least for us beginner players like me, possibly you. But that's what the C sharp diminished is, down there onto that 3rd G7 shape onto that 3rd fret. Okay. We've got the E7, we've got the F sharp minor, which comes after an A, so that's pretty easy. You've already got your A happening, and then your ring finger drops down to give you the F sharp minor, and then we lift it again. Okay, so that's one of the easiest transitions for the whole song. Play your F chord, and then ring finger down for the F sharp minor. Same shape, G7 shape. Okay. What else is there to say about this song? Not much. It does run over to 2 pages. So I'll try this technology now and see if I can get the little backing track working. Wish us luck. How many have we got in the room? Good number. Oh, you've got more. So there's a few people joining. So well done finding this. I haven't advertised it, as I said earlier. Normally I send out an email to the people on the email list. If you're not on the email list, in the description there's a link to join up. So that way you get notified of when we do our Hoot Nannies, which run for an hour and a half. And we do about 18 songs, Lie and I, together. 2 of us, we do a Hoot Nanny reasonably regularly. We did one just a couple of nights ago that went down really well. So if you're not sure what they are like, if you go up to the live section of my channel, you'll see all the Hoot Nannies that are up there and you can replay them in catch-up. All right, so I think I've got a few things to do here. I've got to start it scrolling. Let's see if it scrolls. Greetings from the Isle of Man. G'day, Isle of Man. Are there any women there? I would hope so. Dave, good to see you, Dave. Welcome. Thank you for finding us by accident. Like I said, didn't advertise this. It's just whatever came up on the YouTube notifications. All right, so we're going to have a little go at this. So it's one reason I didn't advertise it is because it's an experiment, okay? So you're joining me. This is the first time I've done a coaching and play-along video enclosed in a live session. So wish us luck. I'm going to count you in, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll start with the A minor and the D, which we run through that first line twice, and then we carry on with the rest of the song. Okay, I'm nervous. Are you you're probably not nervous, but I am. All right, let's give it a crack. I'll count you in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dum 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 up. Down 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 up. Down 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 up. G. That's the pinky over the top. My sweet Lord, my Lord, my Lord, I really want to see you, I really want to be with you, I really want to see you, Lord, but it takes so long, my Lord, my sweet Lord. My Lord, my Lord, I really want to know you, I really want to go with you, I really want to show you, Lord, that it won't take long, my Lord, hallelujah, my sweet Lord, hallelujah, my Lord. Lord, hallelujah. I really want to see you, sweet Lord, my Lord, my Lord, my sweet Lord, my sweet Lord, my sweet Lord, my Lord. Yay! Okay. How do we do? How do we do? I'm still learning the song, as you can tell. I don't know. Maybe we should do it again. Anyway, that's the end of the coaching and play along section of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. However, the live stream continues, all right? So I'm just going to take that little block out. So the tricky bits of that song, I think, was just the alternating between the C sharp diminished. We've got the C sharp diminished. So probably actually just the B minor E7 going back and forth was a bit of a challenge, I think. So the B minor, like that, and then over to the E7. That's something that you could practice, okay? And I should have practiced it before we did it. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. So that's one of the tricky bits I find, especially when we're trying to sing it at the same time, okay? That can throw an extra spanner in the works. The other trick that I did, which I've mentioned a lot of times on my channel, is when we go from G to E minor, you can do the pinky over trick. So you've got the G chord happening, if you look at the top left, top right hand corner there. And then you put your pinky over the top onto string 3, fret 4. You got your E minor shape. Right, we're overriding the index finger with the pinky, but that doesn't matter. You can just leave the G down because we're going back to it. Pinky over for the E minor, lift your pinky and you're back to the G again. Let's just practice that. 3, 4. So that's something to practice if you haven't done that. It's a nice easy way because a lot of songs do alternate between the G and the E minor. So I think they're the tricky ones. The other tricky one was, I guess, just going from A down to that C sharp diminished. It's a bit of a jump. So we're going all the way from the normal A that we do, and we're jumping all the way down to fret 3 with the G7 shape. E minor 7, let's see what it sounds like. Where was I? You're talking about the B minor to the E minor 7. I'm not sure it would work. Let's have a little listen to it. No, it doesn't work. It's not the right sound. B minor to an E7. So that wouldn't work. Sometimes people do suggest doing an E minor 7, certainly in place of an E. So a lot of songs where there's actually an E major chord written, you can get away with an E minor 7th. A lot of songs you can't. You really have to listen to the song and say, is this a nice solid major chord that I'm supposed to be landing on? If it is, you can't put a minor in because a minor gives a whole different feel to the song. That's what minors do. Sevenths give you a little bridge to another place, so that's why we use sevenths. It's like a stepping chord from one chord to the next. You go from the major chord to the 7th of that chord and then on to another one. The other one is the augmented. The augmented chord, which we do on occasion, gives you a feeling of suspense or something's about to happen. Same with the suspended. Suspended chords give you a feeling of suspense that something's about to happen. So that wouldn't happen there. Oh, g'day, Jeff. How are you? So if you just joined, Jeff, yes, this is a first effort trying to do a coaching and play along video, which I normally do stress-free offline, wrapping it around into a live video. First time we're trying this, but it gives the opportunity for people to ask questions and we can have a bit of a discussion. I will be taking out the actual coaching and play along and putting it up as a separate short video. But as a live session, we can have a chat about anything you like. Bit of a uke chat, really, around this song or anything else, any other questions that you might have. One lesson I've learned is that I need to make sure I've rehearsed the song a little bit better than I have today. So E minor 7 instead of the E minor. So that E minor came in where? I'm looking at the song. Was it in this song? Oh, next one down was first page. First page. Can't find it. There it is. There, my sweet Lord. Yeah. Now I've got it. I really want to see you. Yeah, that would work. You could do just an E minor 7 then. Let's try the last three lines of that first there, my sweet Lord. I really want to see you. I really want to be with you. So that works. If we do it with the E minor, I really want to see you. Really want to be with you. So the E minor, to me, sounds more true to the song. It's what they do in the song. They don't do a seventh because, like I said, a seventh adds a different feel to the song, to that particular point in the song. Like a seventh normally leads you somewhere else, but this is just going back and forth from here to here to here to here. So I would probably suggest, while you could get away with an E minor seventh, it's probably good to use this song as more practice to do that G to E minor pinky over trick and learn that. So the actual E minor chord would be preferable, in my opinion. Happy to entertain different thoughts, but it's all personal, really, isn't it? I've had someone else come up to me often and say, why didn't you do an E minor seventh there? It'd be a lot easier. And I said, well, it would be a lot easier, but it's not right. It's not the right chord. So I try and pick chords that are faithful to the original recording if I can, you know. So there you go. It's a lot easier as my pinky is too short. Oh, well, you have to practice stretching exercises on your pinky. You know, pull them out, make your pinky longer. No, I jest. So of course the other E minor is the traditional triangular shape, which you can always do, you know. String 1 fret 2, string 2 fret 3, string 3 fret 4 for that slanty line. So you can go there from the G. You can do that, and a lot of people do that. The pinky over trick is literally that. It's a trick. So there you go. Let me have a look. Yeah, we've got 8 people in the room. 8 people. Great to see 8 people. But like I said, it's wasn't advertised, so we don't get our usual numbers when I don't advertise. This is a test. Thank you for joining me with the test. So we got any other questions or anything you want to chat about? The other thought I might have is one day we could do it as a Zoom session. I don't know how many people have Zoom or like Zoom or hate Zoom, but with the Zoom session, it's a little bit more interactive. You know, you can come on and you can actually literally ask questions with your voice or demonstrate something on your ukulele. We can't play together on Zoom unless I play and I mute everybody so I don't hear you coming back at me 10 seconds later. So on Zoom, I would mute everybody and then I would play and then you can play along with me. But we don't get to hear all of us playing together. The other thing to mention that I'm just kicking off too is actually a little bit like this. It's a Uke chat and request session. It's going to be a podcast. It's a regular thing, and I'll have a guest with me, or two. So I'm sort of getting into the final stages. I'm working with somebody who's going to be my first guest, and we'll be getting onto that pretty shortly. We're using another piece of software which facilitates putting podcasts together, so everybody is in sync and at good quality audio and video with no glitches. So that's what I'm working on. I like the hint about muting the G string in the B minor. Yeah. Well, that's just what I do. I find it easier to play that with my two fingers rather than doing that. I mean, you could just bar the whole second fret and then just drop your middle finger over and mute that fourth string. But I just find, for me, because everyone's different. We've got different fingers, different abilities to move them around. I just find doing it like that. It's the same way as I play a D. I play a D with just the two fingers. So the index finger goes string 4 and the middle finger goes string 2, and then I just drop that index finger down to get string 3 at the same time for my D. So it's the same thing for that B minor and just muting the fourth string with the thumb. Or if you didn't want to do that, you just have to get used to playing the bottom 3 strings without hitting string 4. That's another way to do it. All right. Mostly sane in Maine. That's good. How are you? Good to see you again, mate. Thank you. You were in our hootenanny the other night. Just woke up in Maine, USA, to your smiling face. Going to grab some coffee and watch and play from the beginning. Yeah, you have to watch it in catch up. And like I said, I'll do the actual coaching and play along video. I'll pull that out of here, or I might even probably redo it now that I've practiced it a bit more and put it up again as a separate one. So probably if there's nothing much else, I don't want to keep you here. This is supposed to be a relatively short thing. Let me know what you thought of the little bit of backing I had, the harmonies. I kind of think the harmonies might have been a bit loud. I'm still learning how to do that. The percussion was kind of nice. And the slide guitar, I think, added the characteristic for this song. I'm sure there are people that would be able to teach me how to do that slide on the ukulele. I'm sure there's a way of doing that. Probably if you do it like they do with the guitar, they put the tube on the finger and just slide it up and down, but then you'd have to have an open tuning, a different tuning on the ukulele to make that happen. Okay, Mandy, I just bought a Flight uke with a built-in amp. Yeah, that's the one I've got. I've got a Flight. There it is, Flight. And this one's got the, you probably won't be able to see it because it's green, and it'll make it transparent because I've got a green screen. Yeah, it looks like you can see through the neck of the ukulele. Look at that. Ooh. That's pretty weird. Come down. There it is. You can see through the neck of the ukulele, but it's a green dragon because it's a 10th anniversary edition. But yeah, I kind of like it. It's only the second uke I've ever bought. The first one I've had for 10 years. I thought, maybe I'll treat myself to another one. So I've got 2 now. And I've got a bass uke as well, but I haven't had the time or bandwidth to learn how to play that. The setup here, if anybody's interested, I'll prattle on for a bit. Feel free to leave if you don't want to hear me ramble, but I'll ramble since it's sort of a bit of a chat video. What you see here, maybe I can move the camera and you can see my setup. Maybe I'll try that. I'll just put my uke down. Forgive me. There we go. My uke is down. I'll grab the camera. Okay, so you can see my iPad. So that's the iPad where the songs scroll. That's what I use. I use a little app on there called On Song, which you just hit the little button and it starts it scrolling. You can see it scrolling there. Yep. Let me go back to the main view. That's better. So you can see it scrolling away there. And if I was to tap here and click songs and go clear that and just go all songs, I've got over 1,000 songs now, 1,003 songs sitting in this little app, and I can call anyone up, and there it comes, and I can just play it. So I use it when I go busking, and I use it for some of the ukulele groups that I lead. What else have I got over here? On this thing, I'll see if I can zoom in on it. Here we go. That's called a Rodecaster Pro 2. It's actually just a little sound mixing desk, okay, which is where my uke and my mic and my backing tracks are streamed into, and it's a pretty handy little device. That's my iPhone. I've just started using a little app on that called Stage Tracks 4, which is where the backing track is. And I can adjust the backing track to include whatever instruments I want at whatever level I want. If I'm playing with the bass player, then I can just mute the bass so it's not competing with him or her. I've just started using that. It seems to work pretty well. This is my computer. Let me zoom back out. And on the computer, I run a thing called OBS, which is the streaming and recording piece of software. It's open source. It doesn't cost anything, and it's not that difficult to learn. And I'm happy to give you some more information for anybody that might be interested in that. Obviously, you can see I've got some lights happening. Otherwise, it just doesn't happen. And if I turn the green screen off, let me just go over to my camera. And you can see behind me, I've got this big green screen back there. Covers the whole of the back area of where I'm sitting. And that way I can drop in whatever background I want. So that's sort of how it all works. There I am with the green screen. It all happens. Let me go back to my camera. And we're back in my studio. All right. Probably not a lot else to say unless you've got a question. You can always post it as a comment afterwards and I can get back to you with an answer. But also let me know if you think this sort of thing is worth it, because I can do it again. I'll get better at it the next time. And also, if you would like to join me as a guest in my Uke Chat podcast, also please leave a comment on the video with perhaps your email or some contact, some way I can get a hold. That would be good. Or go to the website. You can see it up there in the top right, ukesalive.com, and you can put a message through there to me. Okay? G'day, Pauline. Good to see you, love. Yeah, interesting. But there's a little bit behind the scenes. So I'm going to call it a session. There's not much else to say. We were just on here for this song. I'll probably, when I sign off here, I may well record it again and hopefully get it a little bit not so rough for the actual coaching and play along video. But give us a suggestion for any songs you'd like to see us do here for a coaching and play along. Any favourite songs you might have, and if we haven't got it already, we'll do it. All right, so I think that's probably it from me. So I'll push this little button here, and hopefully it takes me to another scene that says thanks. All right, see you around like a rissole.